what's going on. Oh, it's the aftermath. Helenius versus Wilder after the fight. Thanks for tuning in once again. So, Wilder gets the KO by round one, I should say. And a lot of talk is happening, there's a lot of speculation if it was a dive. People are saying, it was like the phantom punch, which Ali did against Liston. So I want to talk on that, I really want to talk on that and talk about the KO. Firstly, what I want to say is that Deontay Wilder, got the victory, which was much needed, because you got to consider, he hasn't really won any fights with his new trainer, and this will give him validation that that what they're doing is right, what they're doing is working, they've got a win, and they got the job done, which is good to see. So that will give them confidence moving forward. Now let's talk about the KO. Let's talk about the knockout. The reason why people are saying it was a dive was because of the impact of the shot. It didn't really look like it was a fully extended punch, which we know is what Wilder does. Last time he fought at Barclays Centre was, I believe, against Dominic Brazil. I can't recall where he fought Ortiz the second time, but I remember him fighting Brazil. And it was a full extension, full impact, a large shot. In this case, it was a very short punch, which people are comparing to a phantom punch, which Ali did against Liston. It definitely isn't a phantom punch. It was a punch that was similar to what Tank Davis done to Rolly. Rolly going in with a wide shot, Tank Davis clipping him on the way in. Another example was Crawford versus Carl Brook, where he first shook him up with a punch that doesn't look like it was, heavily intended to hurt you. And this is the case here. When someone's coming in with a power shot of their own, any shot that's taken from the opposition's gonna put you down or hurt you, especially if you're not, familiar or expecting that sort of shot. Think about Ortiz against Charles Martin getting dropped from a jab. That's how easy it is to put a guy down. Now the difference with this knockout was that Helenius wasn't moving at all. After the knockout, he looked like he was in agony. And like I said, it was the impact from the shot, because Helenius was coming forward, swinging with a wide shot of his own, giving Deontay Wilder enough time to, get some power behind the right hand. He could see that Helenius was coming with a wide shot, and he reacted to it with his own, with the right hand. And he was also intending to get out of that corner. He wanted to throw a shot that would get him out of the danger zone. His weakness has been against the ropes, being in the corner. We saw this against Fury. And we also saw him putting down Fury a couple of times in the third fight, in the fourth round, with a short punch. Look back on the second knockdown against Fury with that short punch that didn't look like it hurt him at all. Even the first knockdown in the third fight, in the fourth round, was a shorter right hand. It wasn't a fully extended one. So Deontay Wilder's definitely learned how to shorten his punches. We're not used to seeing that. We are now. We have seen it now. We've seen it in his last two fights. Like I mentioned, the Fury fight, and now the Helenius fight. The thing is that the phantom punch was completely different, from Ali. Like I mentioned with Wilder, this was a shot that he was in the corner. So basically, Helenius was coming towards him, But Helenius didn't really have anywhere to go because he was coming forward. With Liston, Ali was able to counter his jab and throw a really quick right hand. That's how fast Ali was. So this wasn't a phantom punch sort of knockout. This knockout was because Helenius was going for a big power shot. You can see him going in with a jab, to try to confuse Wilder, and then come around with the right hand with full power. We see this with Wilder all the time when he throws the 1-2. He's throwing a jab to try to block their vision, and then he's throwing a right hand that's unexpected at speed. And this was the case here. Helenius is trying to set Wilder up with the power shot, but because he's so slow doing it, his shot is so wide, Wilder's able to retaliate with the speed. And also, you've got to consider that Wilder's been knocking everyone out that he's fought. He's knocked down every opponent that he's fought, so he's able to see openings. He's able to retaliate with a quick right hand. With the Brazil fight, he done the same thing. Brazil was throwing an uppercut, I believe, and he clipped him before he was able to land anything. So the problem here with Helenius was the wide shots. He showed signs of backing off. When Wilder came forward, he was backing up, and he was unable to establish distance with Wilder. He was unable to figure out Wilder's tactics. He thought that Wilder looks awkward, I'm going to chap him in the corner, I'm going to catch him. And in the process, Wilder took the opportunity, like he says, his body retaliates to different scenarios. He is a knockout artist, and he proved that again in this fight. He knocked him out. I wouldn't say it looked like like one of the knockouts that you usually see from him, but it was definitely one of the new knockouts that we are seeing today, where he's shortening his punches, which is dangerous for anybody. Now, that's my take on it. I think that the knockout wasn't a dive. I believe that after watching it numerous times, the knockout was a clear indication of Helenius coming forward with the power shot, with momentum, and getting caught walking into the shot of a Deontay Wilder right hand. So that's my take on the fight. It's great for Wilder. Who's next is a question mark. He wants to fight Usyk. He's trying to make that fight happen. He's called out Joshua, and Andy Ruiz, is waiting for his call. So all three of them are good fights for him. I'm looking forward to all of them. Thanks for tuning in once again. It is the Aftermath. Leave your take on it. Look forward to hearing back from you. Look forward to the comments. And thanks for tuning in once again, man. If you haven't already, hit the red button, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you all soon, man. Peace. God bless. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Peace.